Hello there, my fellow myth and fantasy nerds. My name is Tanner, and I'd like to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. Now, this week's video will be installment number 9 of my series where I introduce you to the Dungeons and Dragons characters that I've created but have not yet played. Now, as mentioned in my previous videos, again, link to the playlist in the cards and the description, I decided to break this series down by character, race, species, ancestry, whatever you prefer. And this week, I will be going over my Minotaur characters. Now, let's be honest here. If you know classical mythology and fantasy, you're gonna know what Minotaurs are. They're humanoids with the heads of bulls and the bodies of people, whose horns can be used as deadly weapons and are sometimes either adorned with rings around them or completely sheathed in metal to keep them from getting damaged. And so, as always, make sure you leave a like on this video, share it with all your friends, and subscribe down below. Pretty please, it always helps. And without further ado, allow me to introduce to you the first character in the 9th group of D&D characters that I've created. Mannark? Thank you kindly, Tanner. And greetings to you, dear viewers. My name is Mannark Nimblemind, and I am a Minotaur bard. But please, call me Mannark. Now, once upon a time, I lived in a proud tribe of Minotaurs. However, while most of the other calves were fighting, training for battle, or learning the ways of our people, I was too enamored with learning other things, such as music. This made me different from the rest of our tribe, and as such, I was not treated the best. Now one day, I heard the elders speaking ill of me, saying how different I was from the rest of the tribe. The things they said, the way they talked about me. My mother and father were the only ones who really defended me. However, I was ashamed because of what they said. I vowed then and there that I would prove myself to them, even if it meant leaving and striking out on my own. Now, once he plays me to the correct level, Tanner's plan is for me to become a College of Valor bard. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, what this means is that the stories that I tell keep the memories of past heroes alive, and therefore inspire all future generations of heroes. We Valor bards gather around great bonfires or in mead halls to sing the accomplishments of great heroes, both past and present. We travel around to try and get first-hand witness to great events, and make sure that the memories of those events never leave this world. With our songs, we inspire others to try and climb to the heights of those heroes, to make sure their achievements are as great, if not greater. Now, once you factor in the ability score increases you get from being a Minotaur, my highest score is actually not my charisma this time, but instead is my strength at 20, which is actually about as high as an ability score is allowed to reach. My worst score, on the other hand, is unfortunately my wisdom at 10. Now, as for my alignment, I lean towards chaotic good. You see, we Minotaurs have a tendency to pursue either lawful or chaotic alignments, and I am, of course, no exception. Anyway, it was a pleasure to make your acquaintance, of course, and now I will pass it over to the next character. Estenu? Yes, Mannark? Oh, greetings to you. My name is Estenu Sharphorns, and as with the others you're going to meet in this video, I'm also a Minotaur. However, I'm not a bard, but a warlock, though my backstory is rather similar to Mannark. However, the reasons that my tribe started talking badly about me was because, one, I was smaller, scrawnier, and, quite frankly, not built for fighting. And two, I would see things in my dreams. And soon after, whatever happened in my dreams would come to pass. Now, exactly 1 week after I left, I had a vision. In it, I saw a tall being wreathed in golden light. This being seemed not to have eyes on its face, but it was surrounded by rings, with eyes embedded in the rings. "Do not fear," the being said to me. "I am Erathin, the great prophet, patron of seers and prophets. I will help you make sense of your visions. However, I ask only for you to root out villains, especially false prophets. Those who either claim they have the sight, but they do not, or they do have the sight, but they only use it for their own gain." So, there and then, we made a pact, and I've been searching the world ever since. Now, as I am a warlock, my charisma is going to be my strongest score at 16, but my worst score is still my wisdom at 10. Now, unlike the other warlocks you've met and will meet, my patron is not an archfey this time, but rather a celestial, a powerful being of the upper planes, where angels, Kirin, Coatls, and other good-aligned outsiders live. When we made a pact, Erathin gave me a spellcasting focus that takes the form of a small orb made of the clearest, smoothest crystal. When Tanner plays me to the right level, he plans on having us go with Pact of the Talisman, where my patron will give me a protective amulet to help whoever wears it in time of need. Also, like Mannark, my alignment is chaotic good. Oh, if I'm not mistaken, the next character Tanner wishes for you to meet is coming up next. Barkus? Seriously, Estenu, how do you do it? Oh, salutations to you. My name is Barkus Stormleader, and as with the others in this video, I am a Minotaur. However, in my case, I am neither bard nor warlock, but a sorcerer, specifically a storm sorcerer. Now, for my backstory, I come from a similar background to the others you've met. However, the reason I was talked about was because I seemed to influence the wind with my emotions, and that was what made me different. I left in hopes of showing them how much of a warrior I can be. Now, my high score, despite being a sorcerer, is actually not my charisma this time, but rather my constitution at 14, whereas my worst score is, once again, my wisdom at 10. And, of course, my alignment is chaotic good. Anyway, it was a pleasure to make your acquaintance, but I should probably send you over to the next character. Hey, Barrus. What? Oh, my apologies. I'm Barrus Fisthoof, and I'm a Minotaur Druid. Now my story, unlike the other Minotaurs, is similar to the other druids you met so far, due to the fact that I was from a druidic village that was being destroyed by a dragon. However, unlike the majority of the druids, it wasn't an ice-breathing white dragon, but yet again, a acid-spitting black dragon. Now, like with the others, Tanner has not yet played me, but he does plan on making me a Circle of Stars druid once I get to the correct level. What this means is that I will get my magic from the starlight, studying the cosmos, trying to discover their secrets. Also, like most of the other Minotaurs you've met and will meet, I am chaotic good. My highest score, in my case, is once again my constitution, but this time at 14. And my lowest score is actually a tie between my charisma and my intelligence. Though, since they're both at 11, they're not the lowest by much. Anyway, it was nice to meet you, but I find studying the stars to be very common, so I think I'm gonna go do that. Visen, you mind taking over from here? Of course, Barrus. How do you do? My name is Visen Truthskin, and I am a Minotaur wizard. My story is actually really similar to most of the other Minotaurs. However, I was enamored with learning magic when I was really young, and that's what made me different to the rest of my tribe. Now, as a wizard, my highest score is actually my intelligence this time, at 17. My worst score, on the other hand, is my strength this time, at 9. Now, like with most of my fellow Minotaur characters, I'm of the chaotic good alignment. And Tanner's intent, as soon as he plays as me, is to specialize as a war magic wizard, similar to Gromusk, the half-orc wizard you met a couple videos ago, as soon as I get to the appropriate level. Anyway, it was a pleasure to make your acquaintance, of course. However, we've got to round off this group of characters, and, I think I know just the Minotaur. Oh, Oesvera! I think I hear someone talking bad about your tribe. Gotta go. Where are they? Let me at them. Let me at them. Oh, sorry if I scared you. My name is Oesvera Stormhoof, and once again, I'm also a Minotaur. However, I'm a Minotaur Barbarian. Now, to make a long backstory short, I basically have the exact same story as all the other Minotaurs you've met so far. The only thing different is the fact that my tribe thought I had too much rage, and I had the tendency to let it get the better of me. Now, once again, since Tanner has not played me yet, I do not have a character level at this time. But the plan is, when he eventually does play me, I will take the Barbarian path of the Storm Herald as soon as I reach the appropriate level. In my case, my best score is my strength at 20, and my worst score is once again my wisdom at 10. And of course, my alignment is chaotic good like the rest of the Minotaurs. Anyway, I think it's high time Tanner wrap up here. Tanner! Okay, Oesvera. Yeesh, and here I thought we were done with the aggressive barbarians. Anyway, and there we have it. That was the 9th set of D&D characters that I've created but have not played yet. If you liked this video and you want more, please leave it a like and subscribe down below so you don't miss any new videos. Also, if you have any other ideas for any future videos, please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And who knows, it might just happen. Alright, well, that's all the time I have for this video, so I'll see you all next week with part 10 in this series, where we'll go over my satyr characters. See you guys then.